2nd of May, currently 12:13 p.m. GMT. This is a gold on the 1 minute chart here. I've taken a short right here. To see if price draws back in much lower, and just discuss why I want to short this before the payrolls here. So here you can see this is the 15-minute chart here, and price has been falling for a few sessions now. And if you take a look at the structure here, now this is where the momentum of this down leg has been transferred into, but we have a few pockets and which were created as price was falling through them right here. And then if you go on and look at what this picked up in here, now let's go into a 1 hour chart. Now you see what this has picked up is just thin, light, and quite weak structure. I know like this move as going down is getting a little bit weaker, but the way it's the way it has picked up, what picked up here and then how it's dealt off into the market is just a little bit I'm just not a great fan of. So I thought there could still be some new inventory pick up lower, which I would say like, okay, maybe it could, when the data comes out in 15 minutes, the payrolls comes out, it should probably look for some inventory lower into this thicker structure right here, and then we could go from there. But so the first would be, okay, what this picked up, I just I have doubts of what this picked up. And then now let's go into 15-minute chart here. Now whatever price had picked up here, price comes back in, cleans up this space. This is the move up that needs to maintain. This move also had these several retests in here. This is the move down that absolutely needed to maintain, because there was nothing inside of this until we get back into the other side of this tag here. Now price pushed its momentum up through here with this. Price already came back lower, cleaned up, came a little bit lower, and I would say it's a momentum break on this particular upswing. So which is still fine, doesn't mean much. But when you go on to the lower time frames, and you'll see that there is nothing available inside of this. Everything was picked up by this, and now this is the move up that needs to maintain. Similarly, this would be the tag of this whole range here. Price picked up this fractal here. Now this is the move up that needs to maintain, right? So if this is the move up that needs to maintain, first of all, this is interacting with that momentum on that downswing in here. And second of all, if you closely look at this range on the lower time, let's go on the 5-minute. Now if we say that, okay, this is the move up that needs to maintain, look at how just light and just bleedy or floating price action this one is, right? There's not much structure in here. This is the move up that needs to maintain before we get back into this area. There could still be something available right here, because this is what picked up the momentum. And if that breaks sort of, yeah, it could stall somewhere in these areas, but I just probably look for a price to come much lower. So now this move picked up and this move picked up here. So now I thought, okay, this is the move up that really needs to maintain, right? If that move begins to fail, then yeah, it could easily go back and test this, or much lower. So now going on to the 1-minute chart, and we want to see now from the higher time frames, we know that, okay, this is the move up that needs to maintain. Then we try to basically look at and spot where that up leg is failing. So for me, yeah, this picked up something, this cleaned up that base, now picked up here, price goes back up, comes back again, picks up, drives its momentum into this. There could still be something inside of this, but just it's like this structure is a little bit more defined, since like it's created at a proper breakout state. So price cleaned up this is the move up that needs to maintain here. And then similarly, we have that tag of this whole area. Similarly, this would be the tag of this range here. And now price picks up, could not go much higher, goes back lower, picks it up. So I thought, okay, this is not much great of a pickup. Similarly, on this upswing, this is the move up that needed to maintain. This would have been the move up that needed to maintain before we tap into this area or much lower. So here I thought, okay, this is a fractal that is pushing us past this range here. If price comes back in, I know that this is not the best pickup. So a thin move into it, I'll trade into it. So I took the short here, as I showed you. Took the short here. Stop has to go a little bit higher because of payrolls here. I'm looking for a much larger move. For me, the take profit doesn't come until we tap into a low, so maybe a little bit of a longer trade. My stop is above 80 right here. Why it goes above 80? because now we have the same thing scenario here. We have this range now, momentum here. Similarly, of this range, this would be the tag, but the tag already are cleaned up in here, right here, and pushed lower. So there could still be something, could be some remaining liquidity in here, which price might want to pick up and then go lower, or at all just pushes past back up. I do not see any structure inside of this inside of this area. So I thought, okay, if price goes back up to pick up some liquidity, I might get stopped out just when the spread opens up. So I just want to give some structure, some protection in here, just to protect me in here, so that even if I'm wrong, even if price goes back up to pick up some liquidity, so maybe let's say it goes back up to pick up some liquidity, maybe it responds from here, I could basically close the position and really reduce my loss. So that's the explanation behind the stop up here. And just looking for a price to really draw back lower. I'm not much concerned. I'm not much concerned about this area. I'm a little bit concerned about this area. This could still end up holding and then push and continue to push us up. So that's a little bit of a risk here, of trying to push it much lower. But yeah, that's the analysis behind the trade, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, just taking a solid look at Nasdaq in here. Nasdaq, I think it goes back up. I think it's holding pretty well. If you take a look at the futures chart here, so if you take a look at the futures chart on the 15-minute, you'll see we picked up some liquidity from the downswing in here, which was feeding that tariff highs in here. So here price is dealing off that. I think it could extend a little bit into this area, because this is, let's actually go back to 1 hour. So to me, this is it's a messy chart here. So to me, this area here is a little bit important in here. I think price could first feed into it, and then it could continue to drop lower. But there are a couple of trades that you can trade. For me, it would be you could short here. Also, you could try to buy it around this area. I think I have pockets here, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so you can try to buy it around here. That's the momentum area. So to me, two trades really stand out. If price extends, yeah, I could buy it. If price goes back up, you could sell it right there. Either of both of them are very good intraday trades, just to fill that extension if price goes aggressive. So that's Nasdaq in here. What else? This is Nasdaq here also. So, and I'm just taking a rough look at Dow. Not different. I think Nasdaq is a little bit much clearer. Bitcoin, I think it's takes a shot to the upside as soon as it's above this area at 95,500. I think bias to the upside still. So dollar index, not much. US CAD, I think goes back up higher. US CAD, I think goes much higher. Probably picks up this area or into that area, but this is the analysis in here. But let's see and wait and watch what happens with gold here. It's 9 minutes to payrolls now. Okay, here just to see what happens since price is holding above this last bit of momentum here. Let me show that. It's not working. Nonetheless, so here since price is holding above this structure here, right now is continuing to hold above. I think price should at least but price should first go back up and feed into this apex even a little bit higher. So I'll take a small exercise. I'll take a very small exercise to see what happens, and stop goes all the way below that base, because first we could actually go back into the base. First it could extend into the base and then go back up, or maybe even much lower. But to me, it's just a small exercise. No way, shape or form a live trade. It's just middle of the range. There's nothing to be done in here. If you're long from here, sure. If you're short from here, then yeah, you could probably still hold it. But there's no live trade. But just see what happens here, and at least try to push back into somewhere around that area. I will actually place a partial here, because I think it goes a little bit higher that up here. So this is one, and then second would be CAD here. So CAD, If it feeds into it, so we'll place a small limit here. We'll place a small limit here, right here, and stop goes below that low here from today. So if it feeds into it, we'd like to fill it and then potentially run us back up into just all of these highs looks very depleted. Doesn't mean it won't hold here, but I would love to see price actually feeding back up into this apex right here. Actually no, yeah, let me go back on the 1 hour. Yeah, so here I would like to see price at least maybe test back into this area here, but I could see if it wants, it could still stall around that area, maybe even here, but I would like to see overall a newer pickup into this. So I'd like to see a move back up into this. So if we see if we get filled here, it looks strong here. So gold still working a little bit lower through that base. If price before payrolls, I mean it's 2 minutes before, but if it could break that base here, holds, I think you could see a little bit of move lower, but we'll see what happens. Looking at the data point here, average hourly earnings expected is 0.3, and 138 expected as a non-farm change. So unemployment at 4.2. So let's see how the number comes up and what kind of reaction do we get from here. So yeah, we will see in a couple of minutes. Okay, so 30 seconds or 20 seconds here. Looking at this price action, I would see it could happen that it could go back a little bit into this structure to pick it up, and that could go back lower. Something like that could happen, but we will see here. And just 10 seconds now, 8 seconds roughly. Let's just carry if we need to take some out here. Initial reaction to the lower end, it's sort of reacting from this base as of now, right here, as you pointed out. And taking a look at the numbers here, so non-farm change actually came surprised to the upside, and we can see here a non-farm change at 177 here, average hourly earnings here at 0.2, unemployment rate the same, and that's a big surprise here. Let's see how it plays out, and that should be very interesting here. That's a significant beat here. Let's see, let's scale back on the lower time, higher time scales. Taking a look at what is this? Nasdaq took a leg up, not much. I can see it drawing back at least into the other end of this here, something like that, or maybe into that base. Taking a look at CAD, we did not get taken in, so we'll get to adjust the limit. Looks like a move up. CAD, I think it could be a long here actually. It looks like with the stop right below here. We will see if it feeds into it. A bit risky, but dollar index. Let's take a look at the intraday price action here. Let's unload. Dollar takes a leg up, a little bit of leg up. Dow up, pound should be lower. Gold is still working through this level in here, still stalling at that area. Still, we could have still something in here. If it tries to bottom out of here, then yeah, potentially the move is going to be a little bit to the upside. And you can see here we have a 50 tick chart here. So we can see the tick chart. On the tick chart, you can see we're first spawned off of this 80 pips, and now it's holding. So if it tries to move back above and holds here, potentially I think we could run back into the apex and even much higher. Just do not like how it's holding. I would rather see a swift move through that, just because I thought this structure is getting this structure up is getting a little weaker. But I'll see what sort of happens. If stop now actually comes above that high, I would not like to have my stop above here now. So I'll move my stop just above that high now, because there is no point. I'm waiting for price to go back up like that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Let's see if it holds. Now it's sort of moved up below that range which you need to maintain. If it could break above and hold, potentially a little bit of stalling in here, then goes back and push into new highs. if it stalls, if it just if this price action stops here from going up higher, I think we have sustained move lower here. Taking at a look at the 1 hour chart here, yeah, there could still be some fight around these here now that it's not just moving the way I like. So we'll see what happens here. I'll update you. And yeah, okay, got rid of half of the position right here. I took a short here and then got rid of half the position because this base seems to be holding as of now. And you can see now it's created a base against me, at least on the 1 minute chart here. It's created a base against me, and then you can see it released stuff, picked up something, moved back, and this is when it was feeding lower. I closed half of the position here. Stop is right now at break even because I figure if price goes back up, takes me out, then there's no point holding with the stop up above here. We could try to take a short here if the opportunity is there. And I don't know how it plays from here, but I'll just hold half of the position just in case. This would be on the 1 minute. This would still be the tag of what's carrying that momentum here, but just at this point I'm just hoping that works. There's no, the probability has shrunk a lot in here. It's hard to say right now, so I'll see what happens here now. It extended a little bit lower into this pocket that we had marked, went back up, dealing off its inventory with this available momentum in here. Now here in this fractal, I did not see any pocket worth shorting into. I'm still holding half of the position from here, but did not see anything shortable in here. It's still flowing lower. It looks like it's getting a little bit heavier to the downside, but I don't know, there's just no opportunity for me, no clear opportunity for me to get on a sell in inside of here. Now I'd like to see this continue to flow back lower. It's Friday, it's right now almost 2 p.m. GMT, so maybe another half an hour. I think the volume should ease out a little bit and then could probably snake around from here, but I don't know, still want to see price moving lower. I'm still waiting another half an hour to see what happens here. So I got taken out right here at break even. I believe there were a lot of chances to scale it close the position at break even, but especially right around this area, I think there could have been I could have closed the trade, but I did not, and just took me out break even right now. Who knows where it will go from here. I don't know if it could still go back. I know that this structure is weak, so this is the move up that needs to maintain here. If it breaks down, maybe you could potentially test the base, but just at this point I'm just not going to play with it. It's too late for me. It's Friday, it's already 3 p.m. GMT. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Equities running higher. Equities running higher, pretty nice, holding right now at the highs. Probably breaks out even a little bit more, I think. So that's pretty much it.